Hey there, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Stefanie, and in case you didn't hear, yesterday ended up being the hottest day of all 2024. And if you couldn't already guess, today's going to beat that, I think. So let's talk about what happened on Tuesday. We hit our hottest August 20th ever in Corpus Christi on record, 102. The high temperature that happened around just after 1 p.m. It beats the previous record that we tied last year at 100 degrees, set back in 2009, and is much warmer than where we typically would find a day like today or like yesterday. We usually have a high temperature of about 95 degrees during this time frame of August. So 102 was the high yesterday, and I think we're going to beat it today. What does that look like? I'll explain what our forecast high is going to shape up to be, but let's start out with the alerts we're going to have on deck for today. We've got things taking up a notch. We've got pink on this map, and that means excessive heat warnings cover much of the coastal bend. Have the wide view for yourself. We've got to talk about this dangerous heat in our forecast as these heat alerts go into effect from noon until 8 p.m. And I'll tell you, much of our daylight hours today is going to be spent in dangerous to very dangerous heat. So heat advisory still in effect for parts of the coastal bend, and that is basically when our feels like temperatures range from 110 to 114 for 2 hours or longer. You're probably used to that by now, but our excessive heat warning takes that up a notch. We'll feel as hot as 115 degrees, if not more. And again, that lasts for 2 hours or longer. So it's a prolonged period of dangerous heat. The only county in the coastal bend that's not under a heat alert, Jim Hogg County. So our friends in Hebbronville, pretend you're part of the club because you'll still see some very, very hot temps, but we need to make sure that no matter where we are around the coastal bend, we're practicing those heat safety tips, staying cool out there, taking breaks in the AC. If you need an extra coffee to get you through the hump of the week, make sure you pair that with an extra large cool glass of water. So this morning, we're starting off with temperatures generally in the 80s along the coast. Again, feeling warmer than the temperature is. Feels like 94 in Port A where the temperature is 83, but 83 is better than the 85 we started the morning off with on Tuesday. So there's a little bit of comfort perhaps. As you move away from the water, our temperatures drop down into the 70s and we feel more true to temperature, but we will warm up very quickly today. To give you an example of that, we head to the dock walking forecast where our star today is Ernie. This is one of our Clear the Shelters superstars. And we are featuring this pup who's got a pretty good idea of where to spend hot afternoons, perhaps out at the beach, staying cool in the water. Well, those water temps are pretty warm. So anywhere you take that walk today, make sure that we're doing more frequent walks that are brief. We don't want to spend too much time outdoors. Puppy paw pads can get burned very easily, and shaded grass is going to be your best bet for the walk, or maybe the wet sand out there at the beach if you do choose to head out to the coast. But check out this warm up. Very quickly jumping from the 70s, the 80s, 90s before lunchtime. During the lunch hour, we are going to be very close to the triple digits for actual air temperatures. And that warm up happens very quickly because we've got a southwest movement in the wind. It's not a whole lot, but that southwest direction is dry and warm. Dry air can heat and cool faster, so that's what's going to accelerate our heating today. But we won't stay with that southwest wind direction. As we go through today, our winds will shift around right around that lunch hour, bringing us that east, that southeast onshore flow that draws in that oppressive humidity, and that'll be the case throughout today. Even by tonight, maybe a little bit of a breeze, not too much to offer relief from the heat because our feels like temperatures will still be off to the races. 1 p.m., we're already in the 110s, and we stay there for a good deal of the afternoon in the neighborhood of 115. So this is dangerous. Even toward dinner time, heading into the sunset hour, we're in the upper 100s near 110. That's dangerous. And it means we are going to be dealing with prolonged dangerous heat today. So please be careful. Our heat risk, as you might imagine, we're toward the tippy top of the scale. Today, it's going to be a 3 out of 4, major for all of the coastal bend. Tomorrow, it does get a little bit better, as well as into Friday. We kind of back down on the burner here, but it is going to be a challenging week for anybody to try to be outside. We have near record temperatures. I think today, like I said, is going to be the hottest day of the year, beating out yesterday at 103. That would smash the previous record, or the current record, I should say. Tomorrow we'll challenge it. Friday, we're probably going to be on our way back down the thermometer, so be patient. We're almost done with this hot stretch. In fact, we'll stay in the triple digits. As we get toward the weekend, we cool down into the middle 90s, and hey, even some rain chances await us next week.